I'm sitting here waiting to turn, and I decided I'd turn my camera on, make some video just to show you the traffic, what the traffic is like on this road. And there's a reason I want to show you. Today is a Monday, and it is about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And I was just talking to a fella, and not specifically, didn't go to talk to him about this, but the subject came up, and he owns some property. I'm not going to say which one or anything. I'm not going to be specific, but I'll tell you he owns a good bit of some property that will be affected by something that's about to happen in Brenham. And where we are is on Highway 290, and I'm fixing to get into the eastbound lane of 290 and head back toward Brenham. And the reason I came out here, now this is really, I would say, a slow traffic time Monday afternoon. On Friday evenings and Sunday evenings, and really all weekend, there's a lot more traffic than this. Anyway, it's a pretty busy road, and I guess TxDoT, Texas DOT, the people that are in charge of roads, building and maintaining roads in Texas, have decided that I know them as a Mixmaster, but I think a Mixmaster usually has more than 4 different directions you can go from them. Or the sock monkey told me he would call it a clover leaf. It's the exchange of Highway 290 and Highway 36 right here in Brenham. And it's I don't think it's that old since they built the thing. Right here on the right there was a water well place called Harvey's Water Wells. That's the last place to the west that will not be affected. I'm going to point my camera now over to the right, because everything you see, there's a storage building and a house, like a little farmhouse and some pens. That's going to be gone. They're going to widen 290. It's an upcoming project over the next, I think it starts next year, house. And they're going to lose at least some of their land, the front portion here, and their house has got to go. This road is going to be widened, and they're going to build a brand new exchange up here at 290 and 36. And what you can do, this is like the people that are coming past me, a lot of this traffic behind me is Giddings, Elgin, and on further is Austin. And this is the main thoroughfare, the main route between Austin and Houston. Okay, right here we're turning into a place I've eaten at many times. I kind of got out of the habit of it, and that's a whole another story why I haven't been eating here anymore. Nothing bad happened as far as the food or service or anything. That is El Charro Tea, Mexican restaurant, and I've just found out that it's gone. That building will be no more. It looks like they have a side building, some kind of storage building. That it's a goner. And right next door here, we have the bowling alley, Rose Bowl Lanes. And Rose Bowl Lanes was not a new bowling alley when I moved here in around 1990 or 91, I think. I'm not sure exactly, but over 30 years ago, I moved here. And I had read on Facebook or on the KWHI website, their sign's still lit up. They had interviewed the owner of the bowling alley, or the guy, whoever has it leased. Anyway, they're going to stay in business here as long as they can. There was a Mr. Gaddy's, I think it was, the pizza place that has all the video games and all that stuff out here. Well, it was right here in this building, and when they got word that this was going to happen, they shut it down right away. Like within a month, it was gone. Yeah, I think it was in this building. And so this building was going away. The Flamingo Ranch Boutique is still out here, and it's a lot of stuff is going to be effective, and we still have a ways to go to get into the thing. There is the Independence Coffee Company, and I know there's a vape shop there and a couple of other businesses. It's like a miniature sort of a strip mall or strip center there. I think there are 3 or 4 different businesses there. Oh, there they are. Mr. Windshield for all your glass needs. The Flamingo Ranch Boutique, Independence Coffee Company, Larry's Feed and Seed, Black Gold Environmental, and Rustic Decor. I've never been to Independence Coffee. I don't know if that's a place you go drink coffee or if they make and sell coffee. Go ahead, lady. I'm sorry. Look at all those mailboxes. There may be stuff behind here that's got to go. I'm not sure. It's my understanding that nothing on the north side of the highway there will be affected. And here's the thing. A lot of these places, these people have a business, but they lease the building or the shop that they're in. And TxDoT, when they confiscate, or it's called eminent domain, where for the good of the public, they basically take your property and they're supposed to pay you fair value, and I think they usually pay over and above that. There's a red light up there. Is why we're coming to a stop, and I want to stay in the right lane to get this video to show you. Actually, I didn't even know this was here. Looks like it's a storage building sales place. Shows how much attention I pay to things. Sure built, sturdy built storage buildings. And there's they sell portable storage buildings, and back behind it is a permanent like storage building for rental place. Climate controlled storage, boat and RV, all gonna be gone. And what's next? Right up here we have Bluebonnet Electric is the local co-op, and their office is up here, gone. This is a veterinarian hospital, vet center here. Brenham Veterinary Hospital and Barking Ranch Pet Resort. Gotta go. It's some kind of facility of Bluebonnets there on the right, and the lighter brick or rock building there, that's their offices here in Brenham. Yeah, I don't know where they're going to relocate to, but they're going to have to relocate. What I was saying is the landowners are the ones that get paid, the landlords, the people that had the business. If they leased it or rented it, they don't get anything. They just lost their business, got to go find somewhere else. This used to be like plants and stuff, plants and vegetables and all that. It's closed down and it'll be taken out. And we're getting almost to the exchange. And I'm gonna turn in here and show you the rest of what will be having to come out. Let me see if I can ease around here. You can see there directly in front of me. Let me straighten the camera out now. That is a car wash, one of the drive-through car wash with the little scrubby things. Oh my, I'm not sure if that was a good idea. Good thing I got a four-wheel drive SUV, isn't it? Yeah. So there's a 4-bay where you clean your car yourself, and back behind it is the vacuum cleaners. And right up here we have Weichels Bakery. Weichels Bakery is in LaGrange, and they opened a second store, or a satellite store, whatever you want to call it, here in this center. As you can see, it's an Exxon gas station in there, Westwood. That's a convenience store there in the middle. and then on the end down there is McDonald's, and it's all gonna gotta go. All bulldozed or torn down, razed, R-A-Z-E-D, whatever word you want to use. And right up there on top of the hill, which is kind of a landmark for me, I've always admired those people. There's a farmhouse and barns up there on that hill, and I found those people, they were elderly, and they've been moved out years ago because they knew this was coming and it would be really stressful for them, and they're doing fine in another place in town. Some people do lease that place and live in it, but they got to go because that place has been there since I've been in Brenham, and it was an old farmhouse when I moved to Brenham. And I've always thought it was cool that they, as valuable as that property had to be, that they never sold out. They kept the farm, you know. But finally, when TxDoT comes for you and they exercise their right to eminent domain, you're as good as gone. I was told a story today that when they first built that, the way it exists now, they divided this fellow's property. He had a farm, and it was cut into 4 pieces, 4 sections. And it was so upsetting to him that his friends and family believe, and they're certain, that it killed him. He couldn't, the stress of it, and he was upset. It was what he loved. It was his life, and it had been chopped up, and it was just more than he could bear. And not long after that happened, I turned around so I can just go back and kind of show you what we're talking about here. Anyway, he died. Kind of a sad tale. I'm sure his family got a nice check for what they did to the property, but that didn't do him any good in his grave earlier than he should have been. But you know, there's 2 ways to look at it. On the one hand, it's for the public good. That's why that eminent domain exists. If we like to have the lights come on when we click the switch, or the water come out when we turn the faucet on, or the toilet flush when we hit the lever, you got to have those pipes and those lines if you want to be able to drive and get where you're going without getting in traffic jams and having to wait for hours to get from one place to the other, sitting in traffic jams. They got to build wider roads, and it's just the way it is, and it can cause a lot of heartache and pain for people that are affected by it. I know, because I worked for a pipeline company, and we always tried to buy right away, and often paid way more than the going rate or what a fair price would be for it, because we did not want to exercise eminent domain. But if the landowner was stubborn and just refused to bargain in good faith, or to accept any offer, we were given no choice. You have to get the gas, the natural gas, or whatever product you're talking about. If that doesn't get to that power plant, then they don't make the electricity that powers your house and so many other things. Or if that gas doesn't get to the city, you don't if you have a gas heater in your house, you won't have a gas heater that works anymore. You can't have it both ways. And anyway, I'm prattling on now. I was gonna drive through the Mixmaster, the Cloverleaf exchange from every direction, but that would take too long. And anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching. I know this is kind of a weird video, but around these parts, it's pretty big news what's fixing to happen. And there's a lot of businesses there that have been there a long time, and they're just going to be gone. I don't know if they'll build new business. It probably will. With that kind of traffic, it seems a given that new convenience stores or bakeries and car washes or whatever they decide would be the best thing to build there, that it will get done. But it's going to look very different. The only thing constant is change, or something like that I heard once. Only constant in this life is change, and life goes on.